We have an extra video this week because I had an impulse to craft myself out of feeling down. Last weekend, I was feeling a little sad, felt like things were taking a while, A couple of projects and ideas are not performing like I expected. One of those days. Anyhow, I was mindlessly scrolling on my phone on Pinterest and I saw this image, and for whatever reason, I felt that making this band-aid would make me feel better. So yeah, here we are. The video that no one asked for, but it's here because once the clay was out, I decided to make a couple of things more. To make my band-aid, I flattened out some clay and drew the shape of the band-aid, which of course then I cut out. I smoothed the edges with some water and then I scored it in the middle to mark the part where the cotton is. After smoothing those creases, I folded into those and finally added the dots or holes to the sides. Added some magnets to the back, which honestly I think I should have glued on when it dried because my pieces never dry flat. Anyhow, to allow it to dry and keep the shape, I put some paper under the middle. And yeah, next day it was completely dry, and after painting the base color, I used an acrylic marker to draw a heart in the middle. And it looked like it wasn't in the middle. So I painted over it and drew it again, and again it did not look centered. So I painted over it again a third time and tried a different approach to centering, and nope. Now that heart was too wide. Oh my god, I had such a mini artistic tantrum. Yeah, let me replay that frustration for you. I was frustrated. It was a tantrum. I'm such a brat. But I did pick it up again and shrunk the heart by drawing around it with a marker, and then I fixed it with paint. Okay, it's done. I think it's super cute. I wish I had flowers to put in it, but still, just by itself, it's so cute. I was trying to film with one hand, so I apologize for this footage, but honestly, solid idea. I love it, and actually, I did feel better after creating cute little stuff with clay that day, so let me show you what else I made. Flattened more clay and marked a rectangle, and then I tried different things to cut out clay and create a scalloped edge because I wanted to make a magnet in the shape of a stamp. My first try didn't come out great, so I started over. Flattened more clay, marked another rectangle, and then I used the clay tool with the tiny ball on the edge, and that actually worked better to create the stamp's edge. I polished it with my X-Acto knife and more of my tools, added the magnets to the back, which again, I need to remind myself not to add them when the clay is wet until I know how to get it to dry completely flat. I'll just do it like that next time. This time I just turned it around and scored the frame inside the stamp. Let it dry, and here it is. I sanded it lightly and time to paint it with the leftover paint I had from the band-aid. Once the background dried, I drew a heart on it with my paint markers. I was having fun, adding a few details to it, making it super colorful. I wanted it to have little wings. I love hearts, so I thought I was having fun. I dotted a line around it and then drew a frame around it, and then I just didn't like it. Nope. No. So second tantrum of the day, and yeah, I painted on top of it. This one was a very mild tantrum though, but I did paint over it instead of pushing through, so I thought, okay, how do I keep this simple? And I thought rainbow. I had all of the colors out from the heart anyhow, so I drew the rainbow on, and then I chose to draw a frog on top because I thought a nice bright green would contrast nicely with the yellow background and the rainbow. As I was painting it, I thought I could make a bunch of these little stamps and invite my friends over to paint them because there's so many possibilities. Gave the frog some wings in memoriam to my fallen heart, and I decorated the background with dots and stars. Drew the face on the frog, and done. I sprayed varnished it, and then I decided to add dimensional Mod Podge on top, and this is how it dried. I love it! So cute, and such a cute little gift for Valentine's, right? Okay, next one. Again, super simple. Flattened out some clay, traced out a circle, smoothed out its edges and its surface, and then I just folded it into a fortune cookie. I was so excited about how easy this was. After it dried, I sanded it and then I painted it with a base color. And I don't know why I thought I would try to do some pouring on it. The only thing was I didn't have any pouring paints, just normal apple barrel craft paints. And actually the white was almost empty, so I added a lot of water to it. And as soon as I poured that white into the pouring cup, I saw the consistency and I thought, oh, this is not going to work. It's going to be a disaster. I carried through regardless, adding the pink and some red that I did have left over from a pouring kit video I did. I thought I had some gold left over too, but no, empty. Why did I save it if it's empty? Okay, so I obviously did pour it onto my cookie and it wasn't great, but it was okay. I poured some red directly on top and I let it dry and I like it. I thought to complement it, I would draw some little hearts on the other half, and after I varnish it, it's done. I love this one. You can stick a piece of paper into it, write any message you like, and I think it's just so precious and so incredibly easy. Love it. And I think I'm going to give this one to my mom. Oh, and speaking of cute little gifts, shameless plug. My book Loved, it's the perfect Valentine's Day gift or any day gift for anyone because the illustrations are all about self-love and the love you feel from life. It's not a book celebrating romantic love at all, so it's a super cute gift that you can give to anyone who needs a little creative break in their life. Friend, aunt, cousin, sister, or yourself. You can just get them this book and like a small set of alcohol markers, and I guarantee this is the most relaxing and thoughtful gift you can give anyone. Okay, I'm pumped. Next. I flattened more clay because I wanted to try to make a clay matchbox. I was so happy about this idea. I cut a long strip of clay and using the plastic box from the magnets as a guide, I tried to create a little box. I kind of had it. I was able to make an honestly really wonky box, but I had it. Doubting the entire process and thinking it was a mess and there's a better way to do this, but I carried on. When it was done, the dimensions seemed off, so I cut a piece of the side off and put it back together. And then it was time to sculpt the inner piece. I cut the base using the box as a reference and then cut some more clay for the sides. And then I put it together and it looks ridiculous and so tiny. So scratch it all, turn that clay into a ball and flatten it again. And this time I thought I would use the actual matchbox I had as my reference. So I just wrapped the clay around it. So easy. Remember, I was trying to make myself better, so I also decided to make my life even easier by only making the outer part of the matchbox with clay and then using the actual cardboard insert, box, drawer, whatever with the matches to slide into the clay part. You have no idea how long it took me to make that first box, and this second idea was so easy. So the box was ready, I smoothed it out, and then I let it dry for a while, like an hour I want to say, and at the hour mark, I thought it was best to get the cardboard box out because I felt it was sticking, which it was. And looking back at it, I should have wrapped it with cling plastic first and then just leave it inside so it would dry with the box and straighter. But I took the box out and fixed the places where I broke it by taking it out. It dried, I sanded it, and because I had no clue on how I would decorate it, I decided to paint it with the purple color of my channel. As I was trying to figure out what to paint, I thought I would try to see how the other part of the matchbox fit in, and it didn't. What? Whatever, that's a problem for later. I started just basically doodling on my box because I had no clue what to draw. I think when you have little things like this that are so precious and the options on how to decorate them are so limitless, the amount of options is so overwhelming that you don't know what to draw. So what I do in these situations is just start to do something, and that something for my matchbox was drawing a frame on each of the sides. I left the bottom empty because I thought if this is going to be a gift, maybe you can have a message at the bottom or writing something special. I continued to follow my impulses, and after doing the frames, I decided to add white dots all over them, and I also painted hearts on the corners. Then I thought, okay, why not an oval on the middle of the box and then some hearts on the side? I was honestly just playing. More dots and more decorations, and I thought I was going to do a design in the oval, like maybe a character, a cute animal, but I just ended up writing matches on it and drew a tiny little heart. that's it. Now it was time to address the cardboard part, so I emptied it out, unglued the sides, and cut it down to size with the knife. Refolded it in some parts, and after I glued it back together, it now fits. Yay me! I also glued a piece of striking paper to the side of the actual cardboard box. I didn't want to glue it onto the clay, so I thought it's better this way so I can replace it when it gets old and when I run out of these matches. So yeah, here's my brand new box of matches. I was gonna give it to someone, but I'm actually keeping it. I love having it on my shelves for my candles. So yeah, I'm keeping it. Okay, final project, and this is going to be ridiculously easy, but I think it's such a cute little thing. I cut a heart from the scraps from the matchbox and made 2 little holes like a button on it. I polished it a bit and just let it dry, sanded it, painted it, and that's it. My idea is just to put some maybe leather or a beautiful string through it, which I didn't have any, so I used twine. But the idea is that you can make the simplest but cutest little bracelet. Again, it would be better with leather, but imagine this tied around a card, or even, let me use my matchbox to demonstrate it, even as a little tiny gift topper. I think it could be the cutest thing. And now that I'm editing, what if you make a lot and you use them as napkin rings? Yeah, so many cute uses. Well, that was the final craft I made today. I hope this video gave you ideas for cute little gifts you can easily make. If you liked it, please like it by hitting the like button so that I know that you did. With that, I hope you're having the most wonderful day, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!